Hello guys, this is a video showing one of my mixes I'm working right now, and this is a kind of a hard rock song I'm mixing right now. This is original, and I'd like to show you guys what I did here. So is most of you have seen a lot of videos, tutorials on the internet. I've been following a lot of good tips from Graham Crockane from the recordingrevolution.com, and other people can remember now the site, the name, the Pro Audio files, I guess. And what I have here is like a south rock kind of sound, if you can call it that. I got here my drums on green, and these drums are not real. They came from Superior Drummer. What I did was I bounced every track to treat them like real drums, so they are in wave right now. You have that feature in Superior Drummer. And I have bass, and I have hit duplicated here. I'll show you later why. These orange ones are the guitars, and pretty much this guitar is not used right now. It's a simple thing, around 3 minutes. Nothing else. These all other tracks are one of them is for my voice, and the rest of them are subgroups of auxiliary tracks. So I'm gonna show you how it sounds, and I'm gonna show you what I did to make it sound like this. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So here it goes. Sorry from the beginning. Okay, so basically this is a song. We got the intro, verse, chorus, verse 2, and then a C part. I think it was funny to do, where it's just guitar. So let's take a listen. Okay, so this is pretty much the sound. I have here some delay, some stuff, but basically what I'm using is this. To the drums, I have here my kick sub, snare bottom, hats, high tom, mid tom, floor tom 2, and the ambient mics, overheads, and the ambient far compressor. Because Superior Drummer bounces a lot of microphones, like ambient mid compressor, I think it's compressor, I don't know, ambient far, ambient mid, ambient close, and some other like bullets, and really don't need them, so I delete them. Adds nothing to my tracks, just to use one overheads and probably just the ambient far mic. So regarding drums, what I have here is just this. Sorry, let me just select the drums. Since this is kind of a rock sound, I went for a more of kick with let's see the EQ I did here on the kick. I boosted around 5K, and take some low end because I have the sub kick and cut here around 200 also, and the sub kick is like this. Roll off some of the high end, and I did here the same thing to the 151, cut and boost a little bit here around 77. All right, then both of them make the sound. Yes, you can see this is basically doing the more bassy sound. So they complement each other really well. Okay, I use a lot of compression here. I use some wave plugins, like in this case CLA 76 on the kick, and on the snare I use 2 compressors. The snare is like this. I'm using first the EQ. I boost it a little bit to fatten up the EQ. I use the stock compressor. Then I use expander, a gate, and again a CLA 76, just to fatten the sound up. The things, basically to the drums I use always a CLA 76, and then I use this technique. This is really cool, the side chaining thing on the hats. Let me find a part here with the hats, where you have a lot of hi-hat, which basically is reducing the volume of the hi-hats while the snare is playing. So let's check out just a snare and a hat. So what I've got here, I made a send, call it sidechain. It's here, and the compressor listens to this. You have to engage in Pro Tools this little key here, and every time the snare hits, the hi-hat comes, lowers the volume. Extreme compression settings, if I bypass it. It's a cool technique. Leaves a little bit more of a room for the snare to sound. And let me see more what I have here. Oh, the toms were treated a similar way. The EQ for the toms is like this, always cutting more than boosting. And typical CLA 76, nothing fancy here. Medium attack, medium release, I guess. And on the overheads, I got this SSL channel. More of a compression sing, some boosted sings here. Let bypass. I like to compress a lot the ambient mics on this one. I guess, let me see. Much more compressed. Without. With. And it sounds good overall. I guess it sounds good, just the drums. Toms. And what I did also, the toms had a long wave here, if you guys know what I mean. But I cut the rest of the things just to hear, and left just the toms here like this. So if I solo one tom, I'm gonna hear this, and not the complete microphones capturing everything. Now on the bass, I did record a bass DI, not a bass amp like it says here, but I did put like this. Sounds more like a regular bass. Let me go to the verse. A little dirty, nothing too much. Some EQ. Rolling off also. In this case I'm using soft tube, this cabinet, and a regular compressor, nothing too fancy. On the next track of the bass I used this. I did trim a little bit. This is more of a great EQ move than the compressor. Right now it's doing nothing because it's not in the loudest part. And then a Sam's amp. Okay. Alright, so it's completely like this. This is a rock track and there's not much space for the bass. I think it goes well with the guitars, so just the drums and bass. I think it sounds pretty cool. I didn't give too much importance to the bass. I recorded the bass also myself, and the bass is a very cheap one bass I've got here from Stag, something like that, because the guitars are doing the main thing. So going to the guitars right now, I'm gonna unsolo this and just solo the guitars. I think these two ones. I think I got a really cool tight sound. This is I'm saying this because I'm using a regular Les Paul traditional and with 57 plus pickup on the bridge, and I trimmed some of the sounds are trimmed because the waves were very loud. And EQ, I did this to one guitar and this to the other. So this is a technique I saw in on Graham Crocaine. More of a heavy metal scope here on the high pass filter and low pass filter, but what I'm boosting here, I'm cutting on the other guitar. So typical compressor, nothing too fancy. And when I do left and right 100%, they really complement each other. And then I have let's see, another guitar here. Excuse me, I'm a little far away from the keyboard. I've got this guitar, which just goes in on the after the C. I don't know why I say location here 6. Maybe I press something and it sounds like this. What I did is I put here a long delay, and it sounds really cool because it goes completely to the left and it's automated, and you guys can hear how it sounds. So I really wanted to dark the guitar, so I use the same kind of EQ, some kind of compressor, and then an SSL just to give a little boost here around 8K. This is not to be 8K, this is to be 5K. I'm sorry, maybe I was messing around with this. Alright, now it's better. And I reduced the bass, just the guitar to complement. And it's kind of a harmony around here with the guitars when everything comes back again. I'm going to show you how it sounds, just the guitars without the bass and without this guitar. Sounds pretty cool. So for me at least. Then I have these guitars on the interval. Since I don't have guitars with active pickups or high output pickups, a guitar to make this kind of sounds, I use my Les Paul, so I have to treat it with a lot of compression and EQ to obtain a similar sound to a guitar, more powerful guitar for this genre of music. Like this one, this guitar, just this guitar. I want it to sound more, what can I say? I had to make some cuts because I can listen to the strings touching the pickup. More of a rounded sound, but it's kind of hard with the pickups I have on my Les Paul. So overall, some automation here also. If you listen to this with headphones or studio monitors, it's probably much better, and everything sounds like this with the bass. Nothing. The bass is not present here on this part. I muted, so it sounds like this. This guitar is doing the same thing. So it's supposed to give a shot in a solo here. I did record this solo, but I'm going to erase it because I need a new one. It's supposed to start a guitar solo around here, kind of like of a Zakk Wylde solo. Nothing too fancy, believe me, nothing with many notes, just long vibratos and lots of delays and probably chorus. So these guitars have some automations you guys can see here, probably in the chorus parts where they get louder. And so the final goes again to the basic riff, this time with the crash. Regarding automation on the drums, I did some automation here, as you guys can see, and I've grouped this pair of overheads and ambient far mics, and they're just doing increasing the volume on the chorus parts like this. Let's see the faders moving here, around here. If you have to have more of a center sound, you don't have to pan this completely left and right, like this, for example. This goes to your taste. I want to hear to bring the drums really widen up, but probably in some parts you may want to keep it automated, I don't know, and moving with the pan knobs so you get more of a solid sound. And regarding my sub mixes and the guitars, I think I talked about everything. What is this? This is another EQ I used from Waves on one of the guitars. I mess around a lot with guitars, so I've got my drum sub, drum parallel compression, and probably you guys know where this is already. And I'm going to put here, probably on the final. Okay, on the drum parallel compression, I'm using the stock Bomb Factory, and it's doing this. If I increase it a lot, more of aggressive compression here next to the drum sub, which has just an SSL compressor. The needle is not moving around much, so this is what I need. On the tom subs, I did use this Kramer Pi compressor and the R bass to increase the harmonics when the toms are playing. So I'm going to grab here a part with the toms. Let me just see a part where I can hear just part of them. Sorry, just choose the toms. So I bypass this. Alright, they don't have much attack. Got a lot of sustain and harmonic on the low end, and also the Kramer Pi. This is the bass sub. The tom sub is here. To give it a bit of compression also. And on the bass, I routed the bass to a mono track, mono aux track, and it's here around somewhere. Sorry, let me put the bass playing. It's here. First I use the max bass to increase the bass, but then I prefer not to have it because it was adding much bass to this rock track, so I use just a Kramer Pi. I like to use this plugin on the bass sub, or on the drum sub, the tom sub, because it has a little bit of spice to the thing. Okay, and what you have more. So for the delays and reverb, I'm using this Reverb, the Renaissance from Waves, and the H delay. Also, I found out that this analog knob adds a lot of noise, so I turned it off. And I had on my mix bus, what I have on my mix bus, let me see where it is. Okay, on my mix bus, I have some processing going on here. So I got an SSL channel. Just to clear things a little bit up, around 5K, 1.5 dBs, reducing here 1.5 dBs, around maybe 200, and nothing fancy. And then I have an SSL compressor, and I had some Kramer tape and a limiter. We are now disengaged. I'm going to engage them, which increases the volume. This is a limiter, of course. Also increase the CPU because I'm running on Pro Tools 8, and this thing doesn't stop reading the plugins even when it's in stop mode. So I was reading right now. This has I don't know, 30 tracks probably. Not much of an audio, but the aux tracks are very important for you guys to make your reverb and your delays separately. I have also here a long delay. I don't think. Yeah, I'm using it here. More of a short delay setting here. Around here it's for 300 milliseconds. Here is 600, the double. And on guitar sub, I'm using a SSL compressor. Also, I'm using this fantastic plugin, which is free from who? JPEG Massive plugins, yeah, and they are completely free. They just don't record your movements. You have to bring everything up again, but it's like a tape separation here, and brighten up a little bit the guitars, and another SSL channel to bring the low pass filter I put on every guitar to bring the highs a little bit. At around not 8K, this should be on 5K. I was messing around here. Okay, now it's correct. Okay, so this is it. Most of the thing is it. The song is like this, and I was telling you, I was reading a post for Bob Gray Cocaine where he did this mix, and he saw this at the NAMM show, where he didn't use almost any plugin on the separate tracks like some producers do. They got well recorded sources, and then it's the heavy mix bus compression or something like that, where he just uses on the mix bus or on the master fader, doesn't matter, a bunch of plugins like tape saturation, EQ. Basically tape saturation, EQ, and compressor, and it saves a lot on the CPU, and he just uses one thing that's very important before starting to make any mix. It's just the balance of the things before you start adding plugins. You probably already know that, and it just uses those on the mix bus and nothing else. Almost nothing, just EQ here, EQ there, on the single tracks. So if I go and bypass all of the plugins I have here, I go to the chorus probably and do this and this and this and this and this and this. I also bypass my own voice. Sorry, it sounds like this. You guys can see the guitars are very loud. You can hear the drums on the verse. So turning everything back up again, all the plugins, sorry, and this one, and the sends. Okay, I think is everything on. Listen to the difference here on the chorus again. Remember, this is not nothing you probably already doesn't know. I think I'm talking some English, funny English, but I'm sorry for that. It's not my native language. Probably you guys already know about this, but this is one of my tutorials, this time in Pro Tools. I do some on Logic Pro X, and just to show you how I mix this song. This is just a mix. The signal here on the master fader is picking around -10, if I believe. Should be picking less, because you remember you have to have leave some headroom for the mixing stage, and for the mastering stage, I mean. And guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the song. I can put the song playing from beginning, and if not, I'll link it to the SoundCloud or something like that. But I'll leave the song playing for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and cheers for watching. Thank you for watching, I mean, and cheers.